Money doesn't make you rich. That sounds wrong, but it explains why two people earning the same $120,000 salary can end up in completely different financial realities. One retires early, with assets compounding quietly in the background. The other lives paycheck to paycheck, stressed about bills. The difference isn't income, it's how they think about money. Most people are taught to think about money as something to earn and spend. The wealthy think about money as something to allocate and multiply. Here's the problem. The average American income rises over time, yet financial stress remains high. Credit card balances grow, car payments stretch to 72 months. People celebrate raises by upgrading lifestyles instead of strengthening balance sheets. Inflation quietly erodes purchasing power. If inflation averages 3% per year, $100,000 today will only have the buying power of about $74,000 in 10 years. If your money isn't growing faster than inflation, you're effectively losing ground. The wealthy understand this deeply. Cash sitting still is losing value. So instead of focusing only on income, they focus on assets. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. For example, a $60,000 luxury SUV financed at 7% interest may feel like success, but it's a depreciating liability. Investing that same $60,000 into a broad index fund tracking the S&P 500, historically averaging around 8 to 10% annually over long periods, creates a compounding asset. At 8% annual return, $60,000 grows to about $129,000 in 10 years. At 10%, it becomes roughly $155,000. Same money, different thinking. Another key shift is how the wealthy view income streams. Most people rely on one source, their paycheck. The wealthy aim for multiple streams: business income, dividends, rental properties, equity investments. If one source slows, others continue working. They also think long-term. Consider retirement planning. Many Americans delay contributing to their 401k, but wealthy-minded individuals prioritize it early. If you invest $500 per month into a 401k starting at age 25, earning 8% annually, you could have about $1.5 million by age 65. If you wait until 35 to start, that number drops closer to $650,000. 10 years of delay cuts the result by more than half, not because of effort, but because of time. The wealthy respect time as their most valuable financial asset. They also treat credit differently. Many people use credit emotionally, financing lifestyle upgrades. The wealthy use credit strategically. A strong credit score, say 760 or higher, gives access to lower interest rates. On a $400,000 mortgage, the difference between a 6% rate and a 7% rate is about $250 per month. Over 30 years, that's roughly $90,000 in extra interest. Good credit isn't about buying more, it's about paying less. Another difference is how risk is perceived. Average thinking avoids investing because the market is risky. Wealthy thinking understands that not investing is also risky. Keeping large amounts of cash in low-yield accounts during inflation guarantees purchasing power loss. They don't gamble, they calculate, they diversify, they study trends, they think in probabilities, not predictions. There's also a psychological shift. Most people ask, can I afford this monthly payment? The wealthy ask, what is the opportunity cost? If a $1,000 monthly payment were invested at 8% instead, that's about $180,000 after 10 years. Every dollar spent today has a future value attached to it. This doesn't mean the wealthy never spend, it means spending is intentional. Lifestyle upgrades usually follow asset growth, not the other way around. They delay gratification. They prioritize ownership over appearance. And perhaps most importantly, they understand that wealth is built quietly. No viral moments, no overnight flips, just consistent investing, controlled expenses, and disciplined thinking repeated for decades. So if income isn't the main driver of wealth, what is? It's allocation, it's patience, it's understanding compounding, it's protecting purchasing power from inflation, it's building assets that work while you sleep. Two people can earn the same salary. One spends to look wealthy, the other invests to become wealthy. The question isn't how much money you make, it's how your money behaves after you make it, and that behavior starts with how you think.